Cadmus, the mythological figure credited with establishing Thebes and introducing the Greek alphabet, led a life steeped in adventure and divine intervention. Despite enduring myriad trials, it appeared that destiny reserved a distinct path for Cadmus, Thebes' sovereign. But what catalyzed his journey? Let's delve into the narrative. Cadmus hailed from Tyre, born to King Agenor and Queen Telephassa, alongside 4 brothers and the enchanting Europa, his sister. Europa's tale initiates our saga, echoing a recurring motif in Greek lore: divine fascination with mortal allure. Zeus, lured by Europa's beauty, eschewed subtlety, assuming the guise of a resplendent white bull. Seizing Europa, he spirited her away to Crete, where her revelation of Zeus's identity heralded her ascent to royalty, birthing sons of divine lineage. However, it was Europa's abduction that catalyzed Cadmus's odyssey. King Agenor, bereft by Europa's disappearance, dispatched his sons in pursuit, their quest futile as Europa remained elusive. Phoenix, relenting, founded Phoenicia. But Cadmus persisted, traversing lands in search of his sister. Seeking counsel from the Oracle of Delphi, Cadmus received a cryptic directive: follow a cow and build where it rests. Adhering to the oracle's counsel, Cadmus embarked on a new quest, trailing the cow until it halted, heralding Thebes' future site. Sacrificing the cow to Athena, Cadmus laid the city's foundation. Yet trials persisted. Encountering a dragon guarding a spring, Cadmus engaged in a ferocious battle, emerging victorious with Athena's aid. Instructed to sow the dragon's teeth, Cadmus witnessed armed warriors springing from the earth, engaging in brutal combat until few remained. Despite the turmoil, Cadmus rallied the survivors, fostering Thebes' inception amidst adversity, symbolizing resilience. As Thebes flourished under his reign, Cadmus wed Harmonia, progeny of Ares and Aphrodite, ushering an era of familial joy. However, tragedy loomed. A cascade of misfortune befell Cadmus and Harmonia, culminating in their transformation into serpents, condemned to eternal wanderings. The other 2 brothers kept searching a bit longer, but eventually they too gave up, deciding it was pointless. They ended up starting their own cities, Cilicia and Thassos. But Cadmus refused to quit. He was determined to find his sister, so he settled in Thrace and went to the Oracle of Delphi hoping for answers. The Oracle didn't tell him what he wanted to hear, though. Instead, it told him to stop looking for his sister and start a city like his brothers did. It said he should follow a cow outside the oracle and build a city wherever it stopped to rest. So Cadmus followed the cow's lead. He journeyed until the cow led him to Boeotia. There, after crossing the shallow Cephisus River, the tired cow collapsed. Cadmus saw this as a sign and decided to offer the cow as a sacrifice to Athena, the goddess of bravery. He sent his buddies to get water for the ritual, and they found a perfect spring nearby. But things took a dark turn. While they were busy collecting water, a fierce serpent dragon, the guardian of the spring, attacked them. It was brutal. The dragon wiped out everyone. When Cadmus found out his buddies hadn't come back, he went to see what happened to them and ran into the big dragon. He didn't waste any time and attacked the dragon right away. After a really tough fight, he managed to beat the dragon. After that, he took a moment to remember his friends and then got the water he needed for the cow sacrifice. As soon as he was done with the sacrifice, Athena showed up and told Cadmus to take half of the dragon's teeth and plant them in the ground where he wanted to build the new city. As soon as he did that, a bunch of tough warriors popped out of the ground and started fighting each other like crazy. It was wild. Cadmus couldn't believe his eyes. Eventually, only 5 of them were left standing. They decided to stop fighting and become buddies with Cadmus. Cadmus called these guys the Spartoi, or Sown Men, and with their help, he started building the big city the Oracle had talked about. At first, they named it Cadmea after Cadmus, but later they changed it to Thebes to honor Cadmus's dad's hometown. Legends tell tales of Thebes' noble clans tracing their roots back to the brave Spartoi, keeping their heritage alive for generations. In the city's tumultuous early days, Cadmus left his mark by introducing the Phoenician alphabet, a groundbreaking move paving the way for future Greek scholars and the spread of knowledge worldwide. But beneath this facade of progress lurked a web of complexity and repercussions. Unknown to Cadmus, the dragon he slew held great significance to Ares, the fiery god of war. Enraged by the creature's demise, Ares unleashed his wrath upon Cadmus, condemning him to 8 grueling years of servitude, a punishment steeped in divine vengeance. This twist of fate cast a dark shadow over Cadmus's victory, a stark reminder of the whims of the gods. During his years of servitude, Cadmus labored under Ares' harsh decree, his spirit tested by unrelenting demands. Days stretched into endless cycles of toil and struggle, each moment a testament to the unpredictable nature of divine authority. Yet, amidst the trials, Cadmus remained resolute. his determination and resilience earning begrudging admiration. Tales of his endurance spread far and wide, immortalizing his struggle for posterity. In the depths of servitude, Cadmus found solace in memories of Thebes, his heart clinging to hope for a brighter future. As his sentence neared its end, a glimmer of hope appeared on the horizon, heralding a new chapter in his journey. In an unexpected twist, Ares, moved by Cadmus's unwavering resolve, granted him an unexpected reward. With his sentence lifted, Cadmus emerged stronger, his spirit forged in the crucible of suffering. Ares's anger gave way to reconciliation, extending an olive branch to Cadmus. Through adversity, Cadmus emerged not as a victim, but as a symbol of resilience. As the sun set on his years of servitude, Cadmus embraced a future filled with promise. In the arms of Harmonia, his beloved, he found strength and solace, his journey marked by trials but defined by hope. Notwithstanding the supposed blessings of the gods and the grandeur of his divine wedding, Cadmus found himself unable to shake the haunting memory of the dragon's demise. His family life, once filled with joy and prosperity, became marred by discord and turmoil. Arguments and conflicts plagued his household, casting a shadow over the once happy home. In the face of mounting tensions within his family, Cadmus watched helplessly as his city descended into chaos. Civil unrest and upheaval tore through the streets, eroding the very foundation of the once thriving community. The people of Thebes, once united under Cadmus's rule, now found themselves divided and at odds with one another. Cadmus, ever the superstitious soul, couldn't help but attribute the turmoil to the wrath of the dragon he had slain. In his mind, the creature's vengeful spirit loomed large, casting a malevolent shadow over his every action. He became convinced that his past deeds had brought a curse upon his house and his city, condemning them to suffer for his transgressions. Despite his best efforts to quell the unrest and restore order, Cadmus found himself powerless in the face of the supernatural forces he believed to be at play. Try as he might, he could not shake the feeling that he was being watched, that the dragon's spirit lingered, waiting to exact its revenge. Cadmus made the agonizing decision to abdicate his throne in a desperate bid to protect his loved ones and city. With a heavy heart, he stepped down from his position of power, hoping that his absence would end the turmoil that had engulfed Thebes. Together with his wife Harmonia, Cadmus fled Thebes, seeking refuge in a distant land far from the reach of the dragon's curse. Though he longed for peace and respite from his troubles, he found no solace in exile. The memory of the dragon haunted his dreams, a constant reminder of the chaos he had wrought. Cadmus's obsession with the dragon grew stronger as the years passed. In his solitude, he became consumed by thoughts of the creature, his mind tormented by visions of its fiery breath and razor-sharp claws. He wondered if perhaps he had been wrong to slay the beast, if its wrath was just punishment for his hubris. In the teeth of his best efforts to move on, Cadmus could not escape the shadow of the dragon's demise. It followed him wherever he went, a constant reminder of the price he had paid for his actions. And so, he remained haunted by the creature's memory, a prisoner of his own guilt and remorse. He began to grow scales, a relentless spread of scaly skin that stretched across his body, signaling his transformation into the serpent from his nightmares. His wife, seeing the terrifying and bizarre change, was so filled with emotion and a distorted sense of unity that she begged to share his fate. Her wish was granted. Zeus, possibly touched by their heartbreaking loyalty or entertained by the harsh reversal of their fortunes, stepped in. He whisked them away to the Elysian fields with a mixture of compassion and mocking scorn. This place was no simple stretch of green, but a vast paradise set aside only for heroes and the virtuously deserving of everlasting peace. There they would forever live as snakes among the lush, flower-dotted vastness under a bright blue sky. Their new home was a land where time moved slowly, enveloped in peace, and the air was always filled with the fragrance of silver flowers, a vivid contrast to their accursed lives. This bizarre twist to their earthly existence intrigues and confuses, presenting a peculiar blend of kindness entangled with the harsh irony of their new forms. It challenges one to reflect on the caprices of the gods, beings of immense generosity who are just as proficient at infusing their kindness with stark irony. Cadmus, renowned not only for his heroic acts but also for his tragic transformation, established Thebes and became its first ruler. He brought the alphabet to Greece, a feat that earned him the title Carrier of the Letter, signifying both the dissemination of knowledge and the weight of this endowment. His accomplishments are recorded and revered, enshrined in both the stone and the sagas of the civilization he shaped. Yet, beneath the glory of these accolades, a darker narrative shadows his life. Cadmus's tale is stained with regret and an obsessive compulsion. His choice to kill the sacred dragon, a creature of divine heritage, haunted him, a persistent murmur of guilt that clouded his days. This deed against a heavenly being threw a long, dark shadow over his soul, ultimately consuming him. This shift into the creature he had slain could be seen as poetic justice or surrender to a fated doom. His change was both physical and emblematic, a cruel irony closing the loop of his prior actions, the vanquished beast exacting revenge not by resurrection, but through the transformation of its killer. Thus, Cadmus's story unfolds as a warning woven from the threads of ambition, remorse, and metaphysical payback, observed by the unpredictable gods who hand out fortune and disaster with equal whimsy. His perpetual rest in the serpent-populated Elysian fields starkly illustrates his turbulent existence. In this existence, victories were marred by the enduring shadow of a decision made amid conflict and its chilling consequences. Did Cadmus deserve his fate for slaying the dragon, or was he unjustly cursed? Share your thoughts, like, comment, and subscribe for more.